It's going to be a real quick video on putting these VWAP lines on your chart. It was my frequently asked questions video, I went over how to overlay a study onto your TPO chart. And this is much the same, except there's a couple special things with the VWAP that I'll go over. So the first thing you're going to need is, if you want both of them like I have them, I label them at the time they start. So the 5 p.m., I'm in Central Time, so the 5 p.m. one is the start of Globex or the extended trading hours. And then this VWAP will run until the end of the regular trading hours. This one starts and is only for the regular trading hours. So whichever one you want or both, you're going to have either one or two charts that you're going to overlay onto your TPO chart. So I have this 30-minute chart that I use to overlay the point of controls and the value areas. And to get the value areas to transfer to the previous day at the start of Globex, this has to be a full session chart, meaning it has to include the evening session. So this chart is where I get the 5 p.m. or the full session VWAP from. And another thing about VWAP is, in order for it to work, the chart that you're getting it from must be an intraday chart. If it's a historical chart, it will not work. So your charts must be intraday charts that you're using. And then this chart I use to get a couple moving averages. And then this one is where I get my regular trading hour VWAP. And this one does not include the evening session. So to get these on here, go into your studies, volume weighted average price, add that to your studies to graph. And then you can go in here. And when you add it, I believe it's this setting right here, based on underlying data, is defaulted set to no. You have to set this to yes. And then you don't have to even do this, but I put the line on here like I would have it on my TPO chart. I'm not using these deviations. You can do that too if you want, but I have just the VWAP line. I have it labeled, all that. So I've got that setting here in that study in this chart. Then in this chart, I have the same thing. Again, make sure this is set to yes. All the other settings, I believe, were the defaults. It's just that one you got to change. And same thing, I just put the line on here. So once you got the studies set up on the one or two charts that you're going to use, you can go back to your TPO chart. And in studies, you want to do right here, study price overlay. You're going to add that. So then I have them right here. And these are all the settings. And then study to overlay, you're going to call out the chart that it's on. So this is this one here. This is my full session. And then if you click on the chart, it'll bring up all the studies in that chart. So choose the volume weighted average price. And then I don't know if it's just this version of Sierra, but it seems to have a bug in it. I'll have to go okay and okay, something like that, and then go back in here because it won't load up the subgraphs for some reason until I do that. And then I can go in subgraphs, then they'll all be here. And then now you can put it on your chart the way that you want it. Like I said, this line at last bar, left to right, puts a line across your entire chart. And it's the only one that I know of from playing around with it that will actually connect everything. So that's why I use them. And when you use them for all of them, it looks uniform and it works for me. And then here, I mean, if you want to do the same thing, you can do that with all the bands too. Like I said, I'm just using the level. Name it how you want it. I mean, it's the same as the other study overlays. Chart region, set it to 1. Value format inherited. Name it so you know what it is. And then if you want, you can just duplicate that or just grab study price overlay again, add another one, and then you can go in here and do the exact same thing. Study to overlay, now you're going to choose this other chart, this 1 day, but like I said, it must be, this chart must be set to an intraday chart because I originally had this as a historical chart because it's just a daily chart and it will not work that way. So make sure that both these charts for the VWAP are intraday charts. So then reference chart number 7. Here's all the studies I have in there. So volume weighted average price. You can go in your subgraphs and name this how you want it. Set your line width, your labels, all that stuff. And that's really about it. So I can go here. I'll just replay this quick. I already got this set. This is going to start a couple seconds before the regular trading hours. And you'll see when it starts, the 8:30 VWAP, as I have it labeled, pops up within a couple seconds of the regular trading hours starting. And you can watch them move around the graph or around a chart. And there, then it just showed up. The other one is down here. So if you speed this up really fast, you can watch them move around. And eventually in this day, towards the end of the day, they both were right on top of each other, but they move around according to the price action, and that's how it works. So I hope that answers. A couple people have asked me about how to get that on there, so that's exactly how you do it, or how I do it. So good luck, and thanks.